Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Hassan Choudhury, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of economics, specifically focusing on the concept of demand for IGCSE, GCSE students. Now, whether you're a student looking to ace your exams or just someone curious about economic principles, this video is for you. So let's just get started. Now, first things first, let's define what demand is in the context of economics. Demand is essentially the desire and ability of consumers to purchase a particular good or service at a given price and time. It's not just about wanting something, it's about having the means to buy it. The law of demand tells us that, all else being equal, as the price of a good or service decreases, the quantity demanded increases and vice versa. This relationship forms the basis for understanding consumer behavior in the market. Now let's talk about the factors that influence demand, also known as the determinants of demand. So these include income, which is changes in income directly impact the purchasing power of consumers. Prices of related goods. The prices of substitutes and complementary goods affect the demand for a particular product. Now let's define what substitutes and complements are. Substitutes are goods or services that can be used instead of each other, for example, tea or coffee. Complements, on the other hand, are products that are jointly demanded, example, tennis balls and tennis rackets. Now let's talk about other factors, tastes and preferences. Consumer preferences and trends greatly influence what people are willing to buy. Expectations is another factor, where anticipations about future prices or changes in income can affect current demand. The other factor we need to discuss is number of consumers. The total number of consumers in the market also plays a pivotal role in shaping demand. Now, understanding these determinants helps us predict and analyze shifts in demand under different economic scenarios. So let's look at the relationship between price and demand. As mentioned earlier, price is a crucial factor in the law of demand. The relationship between price and quantity demanded is typically illustrated using a demand curve. As the price of a good increases, the quantity demanded decreases, and as the price decreases, the quantity demanded increases. This inverse relationship is essential in grasping the dynamics of supply and demand in a market. Now let's get hands-on. Drawing a demand diagram involves putting your pencils to work, plotting points on a graph, where the x-axis represents the quantity demanded and the y-axis represents price. We'll interpret the resulting curve to understand the relationship between price and quantity demanded. This visual representation is a powerful tool for economists to analyze market trends and make predictions about consumer behavior. Now let's talk about movements along a demand curve. As economic conditions change, the entire demand curve might shift or experience movements along the curve. Contractions and expansions represent changes in the quantity demanded at a specific price point. These movements are caused by factors such as changes in consumer income, preferences, or the availability of substitute goods. Now, understanding these movements is crucial for predicting market responses for various stimuli. Now, let's talk about individual versus market demand. While individual consumers make choices based on personal preferences and budget constraints, market demand is the sum of all individual demands for a particular good or service. By understanding how individual choices aggregate, we gain insights into overall market demand. This connection is vital for businesses and policymakers aiming to understand and address market trends and fluctuations. Now let's talk about conditions of demand. So, when you're talking about conditions of demand, elasticity of demand is a key concept and measures the responsive quantity demanded in relation to a change in price. We're going to explore this topic in more depth in a future video. Now let's talk about causes of shifts in a demand curve. So, why do demand curves shift? When you gotta explore various factors which can cause these shifts, including changes in consumer income, shifts in preferences and tastes, fluctuations in the prices of related goods, and even shifts in demographic factors. By identifying these causes, economists and business can adapt strategies to meet changing market demands. To solidify our understanding, let's tackle some review questions together. These questions will cover everything we've discussed, from the basics of demand to the determinants, price relationships, and interpreting demand curves. So feel free to pause the video to think through each questions and then put your responses where you can. So, I hope this course on demand has been helpful. Remember, economics is all about understanding how people make choices in the face of scarcity. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Happy studying, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.